How's it going? Gonna unbox my new Ledger Nano X. I just wanted to say that none of this is financial advice. I'll also say that, I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. And there are a lot more better crypto-related videos out there on YouTube. This is just kind of to show the Ledger Nano X in orange, which, as far as I know, there's no YouTube videos showing the Ledger Nano X in orange. But anyway, enjoy the video. Entertainment purposes only. And this is not financial advice. Let's go. So it's been a long time since I've been on here. I'm still here. All right. So anyway, I've kind of been in and out of cryptocurrency for a while, and what I got this in the mail today. When these ship, they come over on either FedEx or DHL. I picked DHL. Signature. It's a signature. So I had to wait to be at the house. I could have got a non-signature, but I like to sign for it. So anyway, this is a Ledger. Okay, and what a Ledger Nano S is, it's what's called a hardware wallet. And in cryptocurrency, when people store their crypto off exchange, they use what's called a hardware wallet, because the hardware wallet will hide their private keys. Okay, so there's plenty of videos on cryptocurrency. There's plenty of videos on whether cryptocurrency is going to be the future, or whether it's going to crash, or whether it's going to come back, or whether it's going to go. There's lots of other videos on other hardware wallets like the Trezor. There's hardware wallets. There's all kinds of hardware wallets. Mainly it's Ledger, and Trezor. I do have an LePal. Never put anything on it, but I do have an LePal. I just thought it was kind of cool, but I never wound up using it. Well, anyway, whatever reason, I've had trouble getting this thing to run Bluetooth before, but the Ledger Nano, there's the Nano S, and I think this is the Nano X. Well, the Nano S is a revised version, and this one here has all the you can put all the apps on it, and has a Bluetooth connection, so it actually could talk to the phone wirelessly. So anyway, I just couldn't get this thing to task to the phone, so I went ahead and closed it out, restarted it as a new device. I kind of explained what I meant by that, but when you turn these things on, a new one on, it'll go on. You see this here. It'll say "Welcome to Nano X," the right button. So this will be So let's see. Use the left and right buttons to navigate. Push both buttons to continue. Pressing both buttons allows you to select or confirm. Got it. And then so set up as a new device, or restore from recovery phrase. So anyway, when you set up these new devices, if I were to set this up as a new device, it was a series of words would come across, and I would write these down to be 24 words. And this is part of what's called the BIP39 compliant wallets. I think it's BIP39. And what it is that pretty much it's pretty interesting, because anywhere in the world I can acquire a BIP29 wallet. To my knowledge, this is what I'm saying. To my knowledge, I can acquire a BIP29 wallet and put in these 24 words, put in all the old apps that I had on my old wallet, and on the blockchain it will show my balance. And then part of that technology is what really fascinates me. That I could close this wallet out, restart it, re-enter some new words, make it a zero balance wallet, nothing in it, fly to Belgium, or fly to, France, or fly to wherever, acquire a new ledger, enter that 24 word phrase, and everything will be on there that I had on there provided I put the apps of the old currencies that I got on there. Pretty fascinating. That's the tech. That's the part of the tech that fascinates me. But I got kind of tired of trying to figure this thing out. I don't know if it was a bad Bluetooth or what. If I plug it in, it works. But I just decided to give a new wallet a try. And I went online. I looked around, and they have these now in of course, black, a translucent purple, and a translucent orange. And I decided to go with the translucent orange. So, you know, there's a lot of crypto guys on YouTube. Guys have been doing this, and gals. They've been doing this a lot longer than me. But I don't think anyone out there has unboxed the orange. So that's the value I'm bringing to the table. Okay, is unboxing the orange Ledger Nano S, the new translucent case. It's been a while since I popped in on Ledger, so there's a embossed Ledger Nano X on the front of the box. I don't know if that's showing up or not. And I will open this up and we can have a look together. So, little different logo. That's the old logo. That's the new logo. The back says Verus and Numerous. I think that means safety in numbers or power in numbers. I forget what it is, but so I'll take this out of the case. And so it has kind of a jellyfish looking orange on the side. And here's the face in the front. And in the back. And my biggest thing that I always worried about, I was looking to see if there's any numbers or anything on the chipsets that would, you know, I wrote Ledger and I said by showing a resilient, let's see, so I asked Ledger, I wrote Ledger and asked if showing anything will compromise security on my device. I'm waiting for a standby. I'm standing by for a call back on them. See, the new one says resilience by design, but I was just looking on here for any sort of numbers or anything that could reveal the lot number or the chipset, and I see nothing from the outside that I can note here, so I think that's pretty safe showing that. I wonder if, see, now here's the difference here. See the boot up screen for the orange. Now, I don't know if that's partially because of the lighting or not, but I can see it doing that's cascading thing that it does on film. But it seems that the text shows up a little brighter on the orange. But of course, there's an orange tint to the text. There's a purple tint to the translucent purple. I think that's partially because of the coloring of the case that it uses. But that's but anyways, this is the appearance of the Ledger Nano X in orange. Sorry to jump around. This isn't really a good tutorial video, but I will go over one thing here. And I'm not going to boot this thing up online. I'm not going to show how to do it. There's plenty of videos on how to do it. I don't want to mess no one up, but I will tell you one thing I do know for sure. So when you get into these things, there's like a pouch or a compartment under here. So here's the instructions that come with the device. Let me get this one out of the picture. That's the old one. This is the one we're talking about here. You know, getting started. I guess it's like a quick start on here. So these are recovery sheets, okay? So they come with recovery sheets, and you can see there's a 24 lines on here. And so when I set up a new wallet, okay, I will basically go through here and it will go on here, and I will show you real quick. So when I got to the front portion of this thing, it said download Ledger Live, so I got to download that to the phone. This is kind of really good to be. This is a Bluetooth device, and it's more kind of friendlier to use on on cell phones versus the actual Ledger Nano S or the Ledger Nano, but because you hook those via cable right to the computer. These are kind of meant to send the signal wirelessly to release funds. See here, press both buttons to select. So start Ledger live for help during setup. Okay. Set up as new device. Recovery from old phrase. So if this was a recovery of an existing device and balance that I had, I would locate a sheet that would have a group of words on here, and I would go through. It would prompt me to give those words in order, and once that is completed, the everything should basically come back on this device, and then in here, if this was a new device I was setting up, so from recovery phase, or set up as new device, if I click the both of these, it would basically go through a series of words, and I would pretty much put all the words on the paper in order that the device spits out to me. Now, the thing about whether I'm taking an old group of words and putting them into the device to get back my old accounts, whether I'm taking the words off this device to set up a new wallet and writing them down, okay, this process has to be done in private with no one around, okay? And then once these words are taken down, this slip has to be hidden, okay, somewhere very safe. Because if it's not, okay, like let's say I were to do this, I'm not going to do it on camera because I don't want an empty wallet that people can do something to or whatever. I don't want that. But if I were to say go through the setup process on here and show everybody how to do it and write down all the words, and let's say I actually went ahead and used that wallet, anybody in the world that has those words can enter that into their device and have access to my balance. Okay, so let's say I were to take my old words from my old wallet and set this up as in this case, or to set it up as a existing device, restore from recovery phrase, and I did it here on camera just to show everybody how to do it. Some kid can pull his ledger out, go through, reset a ledger wallet into a recovery, take those words, enter it into his wallet, and basically have my balance. Boom, there it is. Okay, so when a person gets a ledger and they write all these down, they want to make sure that they're doing that in private. Don't let their millennial or Zoomer grandson walk them through it. None of that stuff. It's a private thing. It's a personal thing. They need to write the numbers down, write the words down, the 24 words, hide it, because if anybody has access to those 24 words, they can enter it into their device and take their cryptocurrencies. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. Guard these 24 words very closely. Hide the paper in a safe place. Don't let anybody see it. And that's the way it is. And if I ever had anybody I trusted or something, or like I was married and I had a wife, I would obviously, provided I trusted her, I would give her a 24 phrase. But chances are I'd probably have another wallet set up with a different 24 words that'd be like a slush fund that she wouldn't know about. And I could do that. I could actually close this out, restart as a new wallet, get a new 24 words, write those down, enter everything into the new wallet, hold everything there, close it back out, recover, use my old 24 words, get my old wallet back, and basically just kind of have two wallets on the same device. I'll just reboot it as a new as whatever wallet, depending on the words that I put in during the reboot process. But typically people don't do that. People typically will just keep one wallet to store their cryptos and store their private keys. So, but anyway, I guess that's the one thing I can drive home enough is once somebody writes these down, do it in private. Make sure nobody sees them do it. Make sure they're not talking out loud to themselves to confirm each word or anything like that. You never know if their phone's listening or somebody like that's listening or someone's in the background listening. Make sure it's a secluded place. no one around, no one can hear, and they're writing it down and they're keeping it very to themselves. Okay, and also another thing too to remember is with these 24-word seed phrases, also make sure you don't allow them to be destroyed, and also make sure that they're in a safe place, because if somebody loses these things, they will not get their cryptocurrency back. Okay, if all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you lose the wallet, or after some wallets allow only so many attempts to log in, and if they get the password wrong, it'll make them reboot the wallet again off of their old seed phrase. And if they don't have the seed phrase, if they lose these 24 words, they lost their cryptocurrency. So remember, keep them in a safe place too. There's even a few products that are out there where people can actually stamp them in the metal, or some people can even place little characters into folding tablets that close, and and basically make them so they're fire and decay resistant. Steel lock, kind of set the things in steel. Stamp them in steel, or put little they put a little letter sets that they can put in there like an old printer plate. And they screw the bezel down, it locks them into place, it puts all the words there, and they can close it. Some have little lock clasps on there. They can put a padlock on it and lock them away to make sure they're safe. So that's how it is. Whoever has these words, whoever can enter them into one of these devices has access to that group of accounts, group of applications. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to unbox this thing. I wanted to show kind of what it looked like. I don't think there's much play on the orange model Ledger, so I just kind of wanted to show, hey, this is the orange Ledger. This is what it looks like. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, also forget, it does come with a cord. Because sometimes to re-upload the software, I'll have to actually plug it into a computer. It's one thing I'm kind of bummed about is I wish Ledger Live would update on the phone. But or this would update on the phone, or through the Bluetooth from the phone, but I have to plug it directly into the computer to update it. That's kind of one thing I'm kind of bummed about. And there's also a little lanyard that these come with right here. It just goes through the top, like that. So and they're pretty strong. They're fairly strong. I don't know if I really bang this thing around on as a keychain. I did print a 3D printed a capsule that these go into, and I could screw the top down. Maybe if I was ever on the road and I wanted to just kind of have a little bit extra, something as an emergency, something were to happen, maybe I could get a hotel room, and use Bitcoin to get a hotel room if I needed it, or I could trade it for a train ticket or something. Maybe if there's an emergency, I could carry some just as a emergency. But Bitcoin isn't really in wide use. There are some places that take Bitcoin. There are some places that take Bitcoin Cash. But I would just kind of. It's just a place to keep my crypto when I don't want to keep it on an exchange. And there's a little screensaver that pops up on these too. It's a series of little Ledger icons that kind of bounce around. But yeah. Okay, so this is the deal. I got this thing, all right, turned it on, got the apps on it, got it to talk to my phone through the Bluetooth. It was working great. I went ahead, everything looked good, and then so I decided to plug it into my phone. And I'll say right now, my last Ledger Nano, that black one, after I did this, also is when I started having the trouble when my phone would stop picking it up. Now, before I bought this one with the black one, I had some trouble on an old Android phone I had, but when I got my iPhone, everything panned out and it started to read it. Then when I got this update, it wouldn't pick up my Bluetooth signal off of the Ledger anymore. So against my best judgment, I went on ahead and linked it up to my computer, put the new firmware update into this Ledger, this new orange one I got, and I got the 2.1.0 update, and now it will not pick up my Bluetooth signal. It won't pick it up. So there's two options I got now. I got the option of going on ahead and seeing if Ledger recognizes this as a problem and maybe patches the software. I can't find any way to take the update off. So I'm thinking, well, what I'll do is I will go on ahead and either maybe wait a couple weeks, see if Ledger sends a patch for this thing, or buy a new one because I do like the device and just not update it. Because the update had, I think it added like 2 languages, and this is just to my knowledge, but it added like 2 languages and just changed the login face, which I really didn't care about anyway. I like the old login face anyway. But I might just order another one. And trust me, I am so not wanting to order another one because it was like $149. Okay. So another $149 for the orange one. Or I mean, hopefully Ledger sees this and they get a patch, or they at least call me back and kind of give me some instructions to fix this. But I uninstalled Ledger Live, which is the program for my phone. I reinstalled it. I cleared it out of the Bluetooth. I forgot the device and added it again. I'll try to add it again, and now it won't pick it up. I disabled Bluetooth, re-enabled Bluetooth, restarted it. I tried everything, and it won't pick it up. So I went ahead and put all the apps on my computer. It works fine with a computer with a cable attached to it. But if I did that, why don't I just go on ahead and buy a Ledger Nano S or something else? Because the Bluetooth is kind of the feature that it's why I want this thing, so I don't have to hook it to any computer. It talks to the phone. So hopefully Ledger picks this up. I might just order another one this week. We'll see what happens and just not update it. But hindsight being what it is, I found out that I had trouble with the Bluetooth after I updated it. But before I updated it, it was working just fine, and I was happy as could be. So just a little side note there, and that's my observations and my experience, and I don't really know exactly if there's a fix for it or not. But that's what I experienced with it. But like I say, other than that, it was working fine before I patched it. Before I gave the Ledger Nano its update. It was working great, and I was as happy as can be. I just want to show the Ledger Nano X in orange, because I cannot find an orange on YouTube. I think I might actually have the first Ledger Nano X orange unboxing. So, yeah, don't worry about the haters. If you're into crypto and if you got a favorite cryptocurrency, don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you. Okay, I'll see you on the next one.